Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to another edition of Training Tip Tuesday with me, Coach Coral from Team Babe Athletics. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us and learn today a little bit about cycling safety, especially outdoors. So before we get started, just have a couple quick announcements and shout outs. So today's training tip is a continuation of our Get Outdoors series in celebration of Getting Outdoors Challenge for the month of June. It's a national initiative, so we are very much a big advocate here at Team Babe for experiencing the outdoors, especially in the context of swim, bike, run. So be sure to check out our other couple of videos that we have around this topic. And then real quick, we had some exciting race developments this past weekend for two of our members. Karen completed her first half Ironman, so huge kudos to her. And then our newest member, Lindsay, is a newly minted triathlete. She completed her first sprint triathlon and had a wonderful experience. So congratulations, Karen and Lindsay. We're so proud of both of you. Thanks for repping Team Babe and just rocking out. So glad to have y'all on board. So let's get down to business. We're going to talk, and I do have a special announcement at the very end of today's video, so do stay tuned. So talking about outdoor cycling safety, we're going to cover 5 key areas to keep you and everyone else that you're riding with or riding around safe and ready to roll for many, many days ahead. So the first one, I hope, goes without saying that you absolutely have to have a reliable, fresh helmet that's going to protect your head. I think many of us that have been in the sport for a while have all too many stories personally or very closely connected to us of people that either should have been wearing a helmet and unfortunately didn't, or are dear friends or family members that are still here today, thankfully, due to wearing a helmet. So this is a very near and dear topic to my heart. So just goes without saying, please protect your head. Also know that helmets actually can expire after a few years, especially if you live in a very warm and humid climate. Sometimes that foam gets a bit aged and it won't do such a great job of protecting your head. So if you have been fortunate enough to not have an impact within a few years, get yourself a fresh helmet. Additionally, if you have any sort of contact with the ground or another rider, know that your helmet is compromised. Even if it's, just a couple miles an hour, you fall from about 5 to 6 feet towards the ground, and so you will need to get a new helmet, even if you don't visibly see any signs of damage to the helmet, kind of like a bumper on a car. So that is the helmet piece. Number 2, best tip, be visible. So if you're riding in limited light, dawn, dusk, even if you're riding in the daytime, I do this frequently, use bike lights. Highly recommend just stopping by your local bike shop. They'll hook you up with the best high visibility front light. You want to make sure that you've got something that will very well illuminate your path so that you're not going to hit anything and that other people can easily see you from far away. And then also make sure that you have a rear taillight. I really like the ones that have different blink patterns, kind of gets people's attention. But front light, back light, and in low light. And then also a really great piece is to be visible is your kit. They make some really cool high visibility things, whether it's high visibility pink, yellow, green, something that's just really loud. They also make helmets, socks, shoes, gloves, you name it, that are in these high visibility colors that really allow you as a rider to stand out from your surroundings and help you be visible. Additionally, if you are riding in low light, especially on the road, reflectors are actually much, much easier to see than bike lights if you're riding in and around cars. So if you're commuting, definitely get something along the lines of like reflector tape for your helmet. I've actually seen people stick it on their bike. You can make it custom. They make cool different stickers that come in reflective patterns. Or you can get reflective bags. A safety vest is the easiest low cost thing that you can invest, just a couple bucks to be highly visible. But reflectors, high visibility kit, and then of course bike lights are your 3 easiest ways to be visible and stand out from your surroundings. All right, so number 3, moving on, to help everyone that's around you. If you're riding even with just one other person or with a group, you want to make sure that you're calling out obstacles that people behind you may not be able to see. So sometimes riding out here on the causeway or around on the roads, we might encounter areas of sand, debris that's blown down from trees, potholes if they haven't gotten around to refurbishing that area of road. Whatever it is, have a set language, so to speak, of different phrases that you use to call out obstacles, debris, etc. So different things that we use in our riding group, we may say middle, if there's something in the middle like a pole, might say hole, sand, whatever. And then if it's something that we need to steer around, the rider in front of us will point, so that way we know we're going around this thing over here and divert, and you can just follow right around. And also, don't be that person that just listens to the riders in front of you say these things. Make sure you communicate to the people behind you, especially if you've got a larger group. Make sure you're basically playing a game of cycling telephone and repeating whatever it is the communication from the front came to the people in the back. So everyone, front to back, stay safe and out of harm's way. So we've got 2 more, similar, along the same lines of riding and group safety, is you want to know how to handle yourself, especially when riding with other people. This is both for your own safety as well as for the people around you. So if you haven't done this in a while, or you're a little bit newer to cycling, make sure that you go to a grassy area, get a couple of friends who are perhaps a little bit more experienced or just up to snuff on their cycling skills, and you're practicing riding in close proximity with one another. You're able to reach down, grab your water bottle, and put it back in its cage without needing to look. It's a really great skill to have, especially in racing. That translates very well. And then also, if you're a little bit more experienced, consider working on some advanced cycling skills, such as, if you're riding in a pace line, perhaps somebody next to you accidentally leans against you. Instead of falling over, you might lean into them. Things like this. So there's always room for improvement. Whether you've been in into cycling 2 months or 20 years, there's always room for improvement or for refreshment on our cycling handling skills. So I also will say there's a lot of really great bike safety courses that are provided by different safety groups. The League of American Bicyclists does a really good job at this, and there are most likely some certified instructors in your area. I actually worked for them for a while, so they've got a great course. Oftentimes they're free, or you can also look up bike rodeos to help your kids. If you have kids, they can learn all of these things as a young person. So to round it out, we are going to talk a little bit about if you're cycling in traffic. This is one of my biggest pet peeves, unfortunately, with some of our cyclist friends, and also triathletes are guilty of this as well. Make sure that if you're riding your bike on the road, that you're acting exactly as if you were driving a car. This means obeying all stop signs, all traffic lights, etc. So even speed limits too. So you can actually get citations on your bike, so we never want to do that. But also, it just helps us be good stewards of our sport, earn respect of motorists, and just stay safe. So if you come up to a stoplight, make sure that you're stopping, waiting till the green, or getting onto the sidewalk and utilizing the crosswalk wherever you're situated. If you're in the road, you're acting like a car. If you're on the sidewalk, you're acting as if you were a pedestrian. So that's a good rule of thumb. So hopefully these tips are helpful. If you have any others, please share them in the comments. We always love crowdsourcing our information, especially when it comes to safety, just so that we can all have fun in the process. So I will also say, I promised at the beginning of the video that we have a special announcement from Team Babe. So we are going to be launching, we'll have more information about this in a specific post here on the page a little bit later today or tomorrow. But we're excited that we will be hosting and launching a 12-week training program, training cohort, both here in Tampa, Clearwater area, for those of you who live locally, geared towards the Lycra and Lace Sprint Triathlon that's hosted down here at Fort DeSoto State Park. If you happen to be remote from us or know someone who might be interested, we'll also be hosting a virtual training cohort with our first ever Team Babe virtual triathlon. So stay tuned for more information. Lots of exciting opportunities coming your way this summer and this fall. And of course, if you have any questions regarding training, racing, or any other things that you'd like to see covered here in our Training Tip Tuesday, don't hesitate to contact us. And for more awesome tips, don't forget to head over to our team group and check out your free month trial. So we'll see you later. Have a great Tuesday. And of course, if you're local, we'll see you out at the beach this evening for the open water swim hosted by Outspoken Bicycles. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.